Hello and welcome to the 22nd episode of our Adventures in Excordia campaign. I'm the GM Connor, and playing with us tonight are Andariel, played by Norvin,
Heyo.
Silver, played by Tristan,
Hello.
Morgana, played by Shane,
Greetings.
and Zonkiri, played by Fergus.
It would appear my connection is a little unstable.
When are you never unstable?
Joining us a little bit later will be Pyro, playing Karen, and for the last time for a while, supposedly, Katira will be completely absent, as will Liv. Datrat should also be joining us here at any time, supposedly. Last we left off, the party had come back from the dungeon, grieved the loss of Datrat, and then grappled with his return. I don't believe he's told anybody of the contract he's made, in the specifics, that is. But it is known that he... Don't mind it. But it is known that the contract was made somehow through or to Crowbeak, the hag you know in Moonwatch. And he is returned, and only slightly more eccentric. We pick up as you all... Well, most of you are asleep in the fort. One of you is outside the bubble and currently walking back in the dead of night after walking out alone. Sankir, you have Varshi keeping an eye on the orc, and you are in your room. I believe you were working on something rather than just meditating too. I think you had Varshi following him while you were doing something, but I don't remember off the top of my head what it was.
Zonkiri things. Probably the spell book stuff.
I think that
If he
was
didn't
it.
finish that already.
I think that was it. That he was finalizing the spell copying procedures, or at least making headway on them, that he got from the noble that you all have been working with. So I'm going to pick up as the next morning comes. We're not going to acknowledge what has or hasn't happened to Karen yet. Other than you all have not seen anything to cause alarm, and you all don't see him. And we will pick up with whatever you all are choosing to do on your first day back in town. People have already come by and purchased the obsidian corpse for most of its pieces, and you've got your payment. And the day is yours.
Most of my inventory weight is gold.
There's so many NPCs who will happily fix that problem for you.
Oh yeah.
Namely the hag. She will shove people out of the way to get it.
Mine's not anymore. Mine's not anymore, Connor, because I would like to purchase a thing.
Which would you like to purchase?
I would like to purchase... what do you guys think? The 9 Life Stealer or the Bowl of Commanding Water Elementals?
I think, as funny as the 9 Life Stealer sword is, I think you with having more minions would be hilarious. So I think the bowl.
Yeah, that is true.
All right. So it is a regular bowl. Would you like to give me an investigation? These are all from Crowbeak. For those of you who didn't hear me, I posted her shop in the chat. I have it pulled up on the recording too. And these are all things she's giving you because I can generate other shops if you don't find what you're looking for, but they have higher markups because she likes you and she gives you minor discounts. The scroll of water elemental, definitely you have above a 15 passive investigation, right?
Oops.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah, you pick up that this definitely used to belong to somebody. This wasn't a creation. It definitely seems like this is something she has resold to somebody. Like she sold you get the idea that this was sold before, that the person who had it died, and she just kind of hop, skip, and jumped over and took it back before could be counted in like their earthly possessions for a will, and then put it back on the shelf.
That's called profit, baby.
Pure profit. So it does have some minor scuffs, but otherwise good. So,
Oh my god, the short sword of warning is 66,000.
so that's what Zonkiri's purchased. Has anybody else wanted
What's
to
it
buy?
made of? Warning. Warning weapons are amazing.
I know.
They're highly underrated by their rarity.
They're gross.
So you're asking for the material of the bowl of commanding water elementals? It looks to be like
Yes.
a mostly ceramic bowl, like a deep blue clay that has been stained before fired, with a few like, gem inlay etchings on the inside. It does have a picture of like a swirling typhoon in the middle. And if you focus on it, I believe this is the one that you can summon a water
Kraken.
elemental and then try and command other ones you see. And it has a small pool of water in the bottom,
Oh.
like a freshly washed dish. And no matter how many times you pour it out, that little trickle of water, it seems to always still have a pool of water in the bottom.
It always seems to have water in it, huh? Even if
Not
Look at
enough to
all of
like do anything with, but just like this thing's perpetually wet.
And Daryl would like to buy the Potion of Superior and the Potion of Supreme Healing.
Easy enough. These actually do look like they are original brews from her. Is there anything else anybody wanted to buy?
Other than the potions, I don't think Morgana can use anything here that's better than what she got.
Okay. And Silver, was there anything you wanted to purchase?
Nothing.
Okay. So, as you all, those of you who did venture to Crow Beach Menagerie of trinkets, venture away from it, what else would you like to do with your day? Who had the alchemy jug again, by the way? The once it was freshly detoxed?
And Daryl has it.
No, okay.
I thought Karen was using it to drink a lot.
Oh, Karen does have it.
Yep, he does have it then.
He's currently using it as his hooch device.
He wants a water elemental in his corner. If you can put it there.
Oh, no problem. I
More
do love that
minions.
I do still find it funny that I have made you a corner for your summons.
I mean, it's gonna keep growing from the looks of it.
Alright, water elemental. Drag down.
Oh, I completely forgot to say it, but I'm gonna let Endario
Get
decide
lazy.
what happened after that eventful evening, considering Morgana would have had no idea what she was doing.
DM imagines it was mostly PG or PG-13. What do you think, Norvin?
Sure, let's go with that.
So, camera curtain pulled PG-13 things. There's the water elemental. If you'd like, also, I can have you summon the same water elemental until one is destroyed. If you have a name for it, because I know you have you changed the name of the zombies. I'll let you, because I've had it done before, that you all summon the same earth elemental and put them through hell. I'll allow the same water elemental to be fucking repeatedly tortured by the yes, master pull.
I didn't change the name of the skeleton and zombies. That's just what skeleton and zombie is in Gith.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know what. Does water elemental change?
Ah,
Well,
I mean, it hasn't. It would have a naming, yeah.
okay. Who's...
But no,
Sorry, I just deleted.
you could say that this elemental is going to be highly dispensable.
Oh no. Okay. So, you all are making your way back to Fort Nix, or did you want to look around for anything in town? I'll go ahead and move you to the Moonwatch map.
Mm. No, not Weird Al.
Sorry, how could I be so careless? You have...
Not the other Weird Al.
Oh, but my dear, it's too late to ward off that demon.
No. Not the fat Weird Al.
Ew.
Yeah,
Indeed.
it is ew.
What the heck happened to all the text? Am I the only one seeing that?
Seeing what?
You guys can't hear me, can you?
I'm
We
only
can.
hearing bits and pieces, but you say you're seeing something
Yeah.
odd?
The text is all janky.
Having roll 20 problems.
What's wrong with the text?
I don't know.
And he was never heard from again. They got to him.
Well, while Fergus is in the middle of rolling initiative with roll 20 itself, remind me what Fane Industries is again?
They are an artifice development company. You saw them do a showcase of their at the congressional ball on their most recent product that they plan on rolling out. They were basically weapons that had slots where you could plug in like a specific gem that they make to have like a paladin smite thing. So you'd have a slot in a ruby, and you could get like an extra 2d8 fire damage that you can choose after you land the attack to flash on. You did see that the gun ones were a bit jankier. The ones attached to firearms always fired. It seemed like if you queued up, you had to queue up before your shot, whether or not you were using the specialty ones, and if they misfired, they would bounce back and hit you. But as far as the other weapons, it said that they were working on mass producing them and shipping them out to other cities soon. So there's probably the first shipments, given timeline wise, are starting to be sent out normally. That may have been changed by the attack recently, but you could probably find some on a market somewhere. I will say specifically, Crowbeaks does not have any. In Moonwatch, you would probably go to them directly because there's not much sense in them, shilling it out to people, and if they produce and can sell it in the town that they're doing everything in. So, what are you all looking to do?
Real quick, I think it's kind of funny that Zonkiri was looking to get something to control demons or devils because we know the Pride Fiend's name because you gave it to us.
Yeah. Your characters don't technically know, I don't think. But I did tell you all because I was like, I can't keep just saying the Sin Fiend. I'm going to start calling them by their name because nobody has asked what to call him.
Yeah, it's true. And Tristan just called him like a motherfucker every time we saw him or something.
I mean,
What happened?
talking about
You
the sin.
insulting the sin fiend. You didn't trust him one bit. You wanted to shoot him.
Yeah.
Pyro is also now online for desktop, so he should be
And when
popping
I
in a
did
second.
try to shoot him, I misfired. Yay.
Hello?
Hello, Fergus. Did you win the fight with Roll20?
It's not even storming here. The storm's been over since yesterday.
True exasperation. Just come on, isn't this a bit excessive? Come on.
Fuck, what was I doing? Okay, well, now everything looks fine, so.
Cool. So, I was asking what you all were looking to do. Oh,
Zunky.
go ahead. What does Zangiri do?
Zunky is going to go to, losing my connection, apparently. He's going to go to that abjurationist we saved, the one that was set up on the other side of town.
Yep, she's outside of the main town area and has a settlement a little bit ways to the north. You make your way there easy. You do see that there is, make an Arcana check as you approach, because you see a device affixed to the ceiling that is floating and slightly spinning. It seems to be some sort of magical crystal with a mechanical base that it's floating above. It seems sort of reminiscent of what you've seen in Moonwatch. And that's about as much as you get. I'm going to say it's foggy, and you can't make out any of the runes clearly to identify it. Damn.
My fucking fries. Bastards.
So, I mean, you see the crystal, but you have no real idea what it's for. But you do make it to the gates, knock, and the eye slit will open up, and you see I believe she was a half-elf or a human, so I'm going to go with half-elf, female abjurist. Opens up the slot, looks you up and down. Hello? You're one of those folks who helped me out that time with the drow, right?
Yes, I am.
Wonderful. Would you like to come inside?
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Zunky will step across the threshold.
She closes the eye slit, and you start to hear the locks being undone, and the doors opens up. You do see like there's a faint magical film on the interior, like a lot of abjuration magic is just stacked, and there's just a faint little film that you step through. Do you do so?
Yep.
You don't notice any immediate negative effects. You can pretty much taste the abjuration in the air. If you'd like, you can give me another Arcana check. If you'd like to take a better look at this crystal now that you're in the facility and can see the much better from a 1 to a 19. This appears to
She's
be
really good at what she does, apparently.
So you see that there are this attached to the roof of our house. Rather than being a very tall wizard's tower, she seems to have gone a bit more of a wider angle, but it still kind of has that tower-esque look. But there seems to be 4 metal braces that attach to the side of the building that go up to the middle that end and all meet in that large metal dish area. You also see that there seems to be some smaller crystals added into the wall at various places, seemingly forming runes as energy jumps from these smaller runes in a pattern before it jumps into the metal braces and up into the large crystal. And you identify that this appears to be obviously it's some sort of pylon. But with a 27, you see that it appears to be a a fail-safe. Like the bubble's been cast and people keep re-upping it, but should something immediately happen to them, this, as well as any others that are constructed, would keep it up for a set amount of time before they burn out. It also seems like this has been here before before the bubble went up, so this seems like a thing she just had already and has been like mercenarily contracted to have her failsafe running to protect the bubble. And as she invites you in, you also will pick up with a 27 that there are plenty of glyphs of warding, like scattered about. Like there's a whole minefield that you're crossing that she's just disabled, like a straight line to her house to let you in. But at any given time, you know, Adrists, they abjure. She does.
He's properly paranoid.
Yeah. You do see that she appears to live alone as well. As you enter in, it's more or less looks like a bachelor pad, a wizard's equivalent. Like there are scrolls and tomes and books, ink everywhere. The outside looks fantastically warded, but as soon as you get within the house, it's a mess. You still see the presence of wards and triggers and traps, but there's just crap a lot of places. And she invites you in. So, is there anything you came looking for? She snaps her fingers and you see an unseen servant starts to animate and move things.
Yes, actually, there is. I do not recall if we spoke previously. I do believe you were a bit frazzled at the time.
Most likely.
But my associates and I have recently come into acquisition of the fort to the south.
Remember you telling me about that? I haven't had the chance to go by and check it out yet, but you looking to have some work done?
Looking to inquire as to what it is you might be able to provide. Unfortunately, during the recent scuffling Moonwatch had with the rats below, several of our facilities were touched upon.
So you're looking to just get some general security things built in?
You are the abjurist here. Why don't you tell me what it is you can provide protection-wise, and if any of it suits my needs, I will discuss it with my associates to have you perhaps wall our home for us.
All right. Give me just a second. You see, there's a large, looks like a central computer console, but also a table. She picks up a glove and slides it over her left hand. And she tenses it. You see, there seems to be some sort of magic crystal on the back of the hand, and just like telekinesis flings the all the items off into a corner, as well as the dust that was gathering on it. And you see, there is actually a computer terminal-esque design to this. And she goes over and starts typing in on something, takes out a key and plugs it in. And after about 30 seconds of fiddling and menu routing, you see some sparks of a crystal in the middle, and a hologram, like an illusion, is cast up, showing the kind of blueprints. Not really the blueprints, but like a 3D rendering of what she has attached to her house. This is the big ticket item, air quotes. It's what you see attached to my house. It's a... Some people think it's a huge electrite crystal that I have floating above my house. Not true. It's really just a synthetic magical conductor. I still have to set up runes and such to gather the magic to conduct it in there. It's not like electrite that generates it. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. I can install something like this. It'll have a large central magical battery. I mean, I'll give you a little bit of a discount on that for helping me, but it'll still be fairly expensive. Or, I mean, on the lower end of stuff, I can help. Let's see. She slides over, and you just see, like, eventually she just grabs like a paper, like parchment that has been sewn together, not even with a real cover, slides it over to you, and it's just like a catalog of basic mundane armaments. I can also go and I can bring some constructs and we can go install some physical wards. That's about the range of what I got. I can also put glyphs of warding and set specific triggers. I am a little bit restrained on some of my things. It might take me a little bit longer since I've got to keep this engine running here. I can't have all the automata I normally have fueled because I have to keep fail-safe running. But is any of this sounding like something you're interested in, Mr. What was your name again? And like that, he was banished. Oh.
Ryan.
One more time.
Great.
I heard an A sound, and that was it.
Whoa.
You may also type if you're having issues with audio.
Gary.
Zonkiri, it's a pleasure. So, what of these are sounding good to you?
Okay. 1 second.
Oh, from the beyond.
Hold on. Gotta set this up to where. Where are you?
We're right here. On the upside,
Yep.
yeah, I can hear you. Ironically, you're much, well, I wouldn't say clearer now, but you're more consistent.
That's because I switched over to my phone while I go reset the router. But
Hit it with hammer.
he says, I am Zonkiri, and I don't believe physical barriers or automatons will be of much help in our situation. I'm afraid that we already have our own burgeoning defense force, our own little cadre of soldiers to be stationed there.
Alrighty. So, were you wanting something higher end then, like the a fixed magical battery?
I do understand that this is a battery of sorts, but you'll have to forgive me. Neither myself nor any of my associates are particularly skilled in the abjuration arts of this area. What exactly is it? What spellcraft would it be able to store,
Well,
considering that none of us are able of charging it with spells as you are? He's basically asking, like, what spells does she have for us to put in it? Because, like, big old battery, but we don't have like the devices to hook it up to. So, like,
right. She explains that it's more or less just a tuning. The device works by tuning that crystal more or less to the local magic, and you can, depending on how good you are, you can increase the level of spell slot you can slot in. If you're good with a computer, she says, you can get around and take spells that you know and more basically the equivalent of coding a new one, or she can give you a price for some presets. Think of like plugging in a CD, like slotting in a CD for the spell you want to have and just having it run constantly, or just generating the program on your computer. She offers to
think
do
of like
that.
what?
You can either like plug in a USB and that'll have the spell loaded on it, or you could code it on the computer. Or if you have no tech knowledge at all, she can give you the like Technology for Dummies edition and just give you like a big red button, an aiming system, and a big old cartridge to slot in to choose which spell you want to have armed. Generally, hers goes up to 4th level, and that is very expensive. I think it's like, I'd say it's probably 45,000 to have that installed.
I didn't hear that.
Didn't hear which part. Where did I stop?
I asked what presets she had, and the next thing I heard was 4th level.
Okay. She can set it up to where it's basically just gonna be like any spell up to a certain level, and the higher level spell capacity you want, the more it'll cost. She'll have most. The easiest one would be like a sanctuary spell, which these are more or less altered a little bit to affect the zone of your base. Sanctuary would make it hard for people to actually. It'd be like having the base itself, quote unquote, had Sanctuary cast on it, but any offense coming from your base would disrupt the spell. Stuff like that.
Oh, so it kind of like a antipathy spell.
Kind of, yeah. She's offering to, like, depending on how much you're willing to pay, she can get up to. I say she could do up to 4th level because that's as high as hers is. But I'd say a 4th level one will cost you 45,000 to have it installed. We'll drop 50. Yeah, so we'll start with. I'll make it easy. We'll go with 1st level one will be 15, 25 for 2nd, 35 for 3rd, 45 for 4th. Did I say that right? 1,500 gold pieces to have a 1st level spell, and these would basically be a spell that you could have. If you set it something like Sanctuary, you could have it cast pretty much all the time. But if you set it to something like a Guiding Bolt or an offensive spell or something that targets somebody, you could have it set to trigger on when somebody gets within so ever many feet of your estate. It'll cast on them and continue to do so until they leave the trigger zone, etc.
Okay.
She has access to.
You said it was 1,500, 2,500, 3,500, 4,500.
Yeah, 5,000 plus 1,000 per spell level.
Okay, I've heard like 3 different prices this time.
I'm typing it out.
Thank you. Because at first I heard orders of tens of thousands, next I heard orders of tens of hundreds, and then I just heard order of thousands.
There we go. And she'll knock 500 gold pieces off the total order of whatever you get. This one time because you saved her.
Okay. And is it one spell at a time, or?
So it depends on the spell you want loaded in. Yes, it'll be one spell at a time.
Okay.
For these specifically, you'll have the access to one. If you want her to install another, I'd have to figure out an increasingly higher price.
Yeah, I think one's good enough.
Yeah.
And then I think you were about to say which spell she had that she could put into it.
Most. I mean, I'm just gonna pull up the Abjurist stat block because I haven't
for don't.
Oh, don't.
It only has combat abjuration spells.
Okay, I've got a spellbook generator that I've used before. I'll do one of those.
I have a couple.
I just got to remember which website I have it on. Is it? I think it's. Oh, it's this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Spellbook generator. Same one from the friendly magic spell shop. Specialty abjurer. Let's see. She has 4th levels. That would make her what level at least? If she has 4ths.
7th.
Okay.
Yeah, she generally speaking be either 7th or 8th.
Okay. generating the spellbook. Runes language. I'll just hit default. So generate spellbook. Okay. Wonderful. So I'm gonna give you a screenshot. She doesn't show you her spellbook, but she will give you a list of what you have to take back to your friends.
Are you using 5e Magic Ship?
Yes.
You can actually just send links with that.
Like I can just copy the URL. And...
There should be a spot where. Where is it?
There we go. I think. Does that do it? Sure
Alarm,
enough.
Mage Armor, Burning Hands, all the way down to Confusion, Blight, and Arcane Eye.
Yep.
I use this spell a lot. Or not the spell,
The site.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
I actually feel bad about using it with my ad blocker turned on.
I just opened it and saw it. Fuck.
Okay.
And most of these we might have to alter, like, if you choose alter self, we might have to, like, I might need a second to think of how would alter self work on a base, but
Easily. All friendly creatures in there get the either like one of the mutations where it's like, oh, you can breathe
fair.
That'd be
like
good
poison
for an
gas,
underwater base.
or yeah, that'd be really good for an underwater base. Or like their natural attacks count as magic now.
Yeah. I will say specifically, well, counterspell would be a very broken one to have triggered anytime somebody casts a spell. I will say that if you have counterspell, she won't be able to whitelist you all. You'll just be able to switch it on and off so that all spells cast will be targeted rather than being able to specify, because that would be oof.
You spell magic.
Do you want do you want to just make a dead magic zone on your base? Because
It would amuse me to no end, but no.
Morgana is sweating. Your automatons sweating. And Dario's arm sweating. The list goes on.
The zombies
muted.
dead again.
Oh.
I mean, I was muted, but I said Private Sanctum sounds pretty good.
And
I also said a lot of stuff, but it's not that important.
Did I get back in the bubble?
Zankuri will take his or he'll note down all of these spells, and I'm guessing like just a basic description of how they would be altered for like the wide range, and he'll say, all right, I've got the pricing, I've got what you're able to do, I've got my own series of enchantments that might come up handy should we decide to load those in there. I thank you for your time, Miss
De Grey. Gloriana De Grey.
De Grey. Well, it's been quite the informative day. I'll take these back to my associates. We will discuss them, decide how much money it is that we can spare for our defenses. Hopefully enough to keep things under control.
Wonderful. Do you have some quicker way to get in touch with me, or should I just expect another house visit?
We have a cleric.
Yeah, but you have to meet her for sending.
You have before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that depends if I'm alive.
We're gonna cut to you in a second. Don't worry.
Yeah, I was going to ask till after he was done. Am I dead? Should I just start rolling stats?
I'll have my associate contact you with a... He kind of stops and looks around. Are you capable of receiving long-range communication inside of here?
She pauses. I would need a sample of the individual's blood or some other token that's from them to give them the quote unquote white list to be able to pass through communication.
I see.
Laughs in lycanthropy.
Zankiri he reaches in his bag, pulls out a vial, and just kind of puts a few drops into a different vial and hands it to her. He goes, "Here's a bit of his blood. He'll be able to contact you.
You give
So
her.
long as you listen."
The fuck did you get my? Well, wait a minute. Hang on.
Wait, is this actually Karen's blood?
Yes.
Yeah, he had a thing of.
Is either my blood or my saliva?
Wonderful.
Pretty sure he's got both.
I've
You
got.
see-
I know for a fact you have my saliva.
You see, she twists the compartment and opens it. And you see, there's a series of blood vials in there, and she just adds it on there and closes it back in. Sorry for the mess again. But do let him reach out. It's been a pleasure. She waves her hand on the door, flings open. The rooms are disabled for the next 30 seconds. So
Run, bitch!
Well,
Run!
then, should you ever require any services or wish to help each other's research along, and he tries to think of the word and it's like, I don't have much time left. Feel free to come by. And he'll just immediately start backtracking toward the
door.
And if she is particularly keen of eye, she'll notice that he specifically, as he's running, is only stepping foot on the parts he already he is stepping in his footprints the entire way back.
She doesn't notice it this time, but smart of him.
Zankiri knows how a minefield works.
And you step out and you start to see the rooms are like relighting under your feet, and so you know she's not bullshitting you. And then you make your way out. The door opens on itself and then closes, and you hear the locks auto latching.
Yeah, I mean, Zankiri is very much aware the most protected and dangerous place you can be is in a wizard's tower. They do not want you in.
So, yeah, especially if you're walking through an abjurist's place. Don't.
Abjuration is, without a doubt, the strongest static magic there is. Its main drawback is the fact that it is almost exclusively static.
Yeah, you can't really blow somebody up with an arcane lock.
Well, no, it's not that. It's that you can't. All the big hitting spells of abjuration stay in one spot. You can't take them with you somewhere.
I stand that the most dangerous wizards is not even top 3 for evocation. First one, in terms of defense, abjuration. Followed immediately after necromancer's the tankiest little.
I was gonna say, ever. I fucking hope abjuration wins on defense.
Yeah, and then after the one, illusion or enchantment. I'm not sure. I kind of fall on the fence on either of those. It's
speaking of fences and you falling on them, Karen. You are stumbling your mostly sobered ass back to the bubble wall. Unaware, this is the night before Zankiri goes and does all this.
Oh god, that's the weirdos. I forgot about that.
And I need just a couple minutes to go and check on something. Be right back.
Bye!
And welcome back. So, Karen,
my arm.
You are mostly soberly stumbling back to the barrier. You can see it faintly shimmering in the night. It has these swirls and streams of magic that it almost looks like it's a series of smaller circles that are stacked next to each other, and then the space between them is filled, and you see these little silvery streams of light occasionally circle around and seem to trace these circles before scattering up. They don't seem to follow a set path, though. They more chaotically stream over and then jump from circle to circle.
And it finally dawns on me where I am. I'm like, shit.
You don't. The way you came out, there was no guard post, and you are close to the barrier. What do you do?
I narrow my eyes, and then the abrupt realization of how I've just fucked myself. So here's what I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to touch that. I think it's a bad idea to touch the barrier.
How far
Well,
away
up to-
are you from it?
Probably about 10 feet.
Okay.
Like, oh,
Just want to know if you're like 500, 600, etc.
no,
10
no.
feet.
I want to be. I'm going to pretty much be next to it, and I'm going to do the mental math of where the main road is, where they would set up a guard post. So
Mhm.
I'm going to start trailing along.
You see a small woodland creature, just like a squirrel, come down the tree, flickering nose, and looks on the other side of the barrier, where you see that there is a collection of tree nuts have fallen on a tree on the other side of it.
Huh.
Do you do anything as you see nature starting to take its course?
No.
Scurry, scurry, scurry. Scrap from Ice Age would be better off if he had. He seems like he's got the good end of the deal. As you see, much like a mouse chewing on electrical wire. Fried squirrel.
Karen's eyebrows furrow. Holy shit! I think I just learned something.
And then it
Common
turns to
sense?
dust.
Common sense. What the fuck is this?
It turns
Just
to
tosses
dust.
it at the barrier. I don't need that.
It's disintegrated.
Oh my god, Tom. Disgusting.
So, Aaron, you were gonna walk to the last place you know where a
Yeah.
give
Yeah,
me a
I'm just gonna stay 10 feet from the barrier, and I'm gonna walk to
give me a survival
until
check.
location.
Well, actually,
Survival?
at advantage because you can follow the barrier if you're going 10 feet from it. 15, 23, okay. You see a guard post. There seems to be a lantern lit.
But by the way, I believe I was half bear when I was getting the shit slapped out of me, so I'm back to orc.
Okay.
If I get a roll for that.
Now you and Zunkiri have pretty much figured out how to shift at will as an action, I should say.
We gamed the system. I'm no stronger than anyway.
Yeah,
I think our post.
You see there's a single lantern lit and a guard turns his head, sitting in a chair, and looks at you. Name and business and reason for your visit.
Ken. I got drunk. I want to be honest with you. I got drunk and I walked out of the barrier. I've had a very bad week.
He furrows his brow at you. Give me a persuasion check.
All right. Persuasion. Oh yeah. All right. Where's my? Where the fuck is this? Yeah, persuasion. 11.
You could tell you're drunk.
He does see that you were
Almost.
visibly drunk. You have like the 3 X's are on the alchemy jug.
Yeah.
He looks at you and goes, "Uh-huh. And you have your paperwork like we let everybody, like we informed every citizen to keep on them, right? Because, you just wandered out."
Now, Connor, hear me out. Because what was going to happen if this didn't work with Ilvian, Karen was just going to leave.
Mhm.
I imagine he would have his bag on him, and he only has the one bag.
Do you think drunken Karen would be smart enough to find his paperwork?
I think depressed Karen just takes all his shit and shoved it in a bag and walked. So
Give me an
that's up to
investigation
you.
check then to see if you can root through all the crap you've stuffed in your bag.
Oh, lovely. Oh no, I don't have intelligence. Oh.
As you sit down and start rifling through your stuff on the other side of this barrier.
19.
Oh, here it is. It's wadded up. You hold it up. You don't push it through the barrier, remembering the squirrel.
Yeah.
You hold it up and point to it. It's all right. Give me a second.
With the weirdos. How bad it looks like.
He takes a staff that was leaning against the wall, taps it twice on the ground, and a bubble appears on his side, in the same style of the barrier, like the circles that link together.
Uh-huh.
It floats over through the barrier to you. You see one of the circles lights up and disappears, and there's a hole in it. Place the paper inside.
I will do so.
He taps it again twice. Closes back up and floats back through.
I I look nervously behind me. If I see any red eyes in the dark.
Perception check.
Oh crap. 23.
You hear the sound of something flapping up in the trees. But it's nothing. It's probably woodland creatures. Oh, this guy's almost done with your paper, though. No need to worry.
Eric clenches his cheeks. I swear to God, DMV.
He looks over it. Looks back at you.
Vengeance time.
Just a couple of security questions. Can you state the day in which you received the date listed here of when you acquired your property? Does Karen repeat it back to him?
It's not a history check.
Sure. It's because you're drunk.
I-
Some things are a
I
little bit
don't-
harder right now.
15. I think it was Wednesday.
You give him a 3-day range, and he counts it good enough. And
Shouldn't he be
Probably.
having disadvantage on all these, considering he's
Yes,
drunk?
that is disadvantage.
He is mostly sober, but I'm still saying he's
Yeah,
come
more
down off
sober
his
and-
high mostly. But
Oh
so
no!
Into a blizzard.
he's got a little bit still, but he's not at disadvantage levels.
Connor.
Yes.
Go on, tell him. Kill me.
Check your messages.
Kill me. Do it.
The second question he asks, he goes, it says here that this was the property was received as payment for a job. Can you detail the job to me?
You dock me points for forgetting the fucking title. Baroness? I believe we were escorting the Baroness to the to a important meeting down at the fucking capital. Mostly guard duty. I was the healer. Taking part is listed as the weirdos, all in all caps. God damn it again!
He's just
I will never remember that goddamn title.
It's in NPCs, Pyro. Come on.
I don't. My brain. I'm looking at my sheet in case vampires come, and I realize I have nothing. Next to nothing. Well, I got spells. I got spells now. I think those just came back. I hope.
so you described the job to him. Okay. And do you have anybody in town who we could character reference to affirm that you are in fact an upstanding individual?
Do I still see fucking Varshi?
You never. You saw him earlier.
Yeah. Did Varshi follow me, or did she fuck off?
I would like another stealth check from Varshi, whether or not she's there or not, and to GM, so that we'll see if Karen spots the thing in the trees.
Because I know Zenkiri doesn't sleep.
So, Carrie, does he see Varshi in the trees up behind him?
No, he does not.
You hear rustling still, though.
I twitch. Zenkiri has just said out loud several times that he just doesn't sleep, right? Because it's like proper like 2 a.m. business right now.
You've
right?
seen him floating in a trance state at night.
Yeah, he says a lot of shit. So that's why I'm asking before I use knowledge I might not have.
That's what you've seen him in his sleep schedule. You've seen him floating, I think, upside down on the ceiling once for his rest procedures. It's reminiscent of elf stuff, as far as you know.
All right.
Also, as far as you've seen, it's not so much that he sleeps; he just sits there motionless like a corpse for a few hours. But like his eyes still track you as you fall.
That's why Morgana and him have had
Yeah.
staring contests.
Yeah.
Which she lost.
Yes. My character witness
Go ahead. Say
is
it.
it's one Zenkiri.
Give me a persuasion check. Because you just listed some. Yeah, my housemaid will cover for me. Don't worry, officer. Yeah, he can corroborate my story. You said it. Persuasion.
Yeah, I did. I thought something else. So someone that like knows me. So I was like, yeah.
If you had said the governess or Cromwell or
That's a
Croby,
bit of a stretch. stretch.
They might have had different responses, but saying, "Yeah, the guy I live with, he'll cover for me. Everything's fine, officer."
I mean, Connor,
Yeah. By the horned one. Go ahead and give me that persuasion check, Pyro.
Do I have to? I forget. Do I have to use the card before or after the check?
You can decide it anytime before the results set.
I'm gonna use the card, Connor.
Okay.
Just a thought. I think I'm gonna use the card. To hit my
So
charisma
I'll tell
card.
you, if you had failed, he was going to send somebody to go check on the individual and have him verify before he let you in. But with a 20, it's late and he's tired, so you pass the other two and you've got your paperwork. He's going to let you in.
Yay! I get to go
He
inside.
takes the
now.
staff and presses it against the barrier, and with the crystal, he carves out a circle. And for a round, as soon as the circle's completed, it
I
opens.
apparate in there. Like, can I look back and see if I see in the fucking trees?
Perception check. Because the barrier does have a slight light warping, so it makes it a little bit
it's
hard.
like perception. 20.
I'd say you still see something in the trees is now going away.
I assume it was rushing. No. She never left the barrier. That's no. So no. Nope, still scared. All right, go.
Alright, and you see the barrier reforms, and alright, he hands you your papers back. Be more careful next time. Make sure you try and pass through a gate like this, and we can speed through these encounters.
Of course.
Alright, go. He shoos you and sits the staff back down.
I go home.
You hoof it.
I use the necklace to have sunlight on me.
During that time, Zunkari, by the way, as soon as you pass through, you could just dismiss Varshi and resummon her to you, rather than have her pass through.
It's just why did they make it one way?
Good question.
Oh, the other. No.
Well, I guess if you gotta have people fleeing from it if something goes bad.
No. Let's have all the refugees run to the bug zapper.
Yeah, I mean, if they put it up in efforts to capture people that had breached in earlier, then it would make sense to have it.
It's also
but
a little bit disheartening if you live in a city that the city's decided we're going to put a flaming wall of fire around everybody. Don't worry. And then there's something different about you can leave if you want. It will only hurt you if you try and break in. Don't worry, we have safe walls.
Tell that to New York.
Oh, mein Führer! The wall, it is breached!
So, Karen, you make it back to your home, climb back through the window or through the front door.
Yeah,
Lock
I
up
probably.
as usual.
You know what? Just because I'm gonna try and be quiet now that I'm actually like
Stealth
carrying it.
check.
Yes.
No. Everyone hears you come in.
Yeah, trip. Pong!
The special holy symbol of Ilvian you had?
Yeah.
You trip and it ting 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 ting.
I just lie there for a moment, lamenting my fucking meat toes.
Oh no.
Those of you with a passive perception, let's see, higher than 15.
10.
Morgana doesn't have dark vision.
If you have a passive perception
yeah. Well,
higher
actually,
than
I'm
15,
glowing.
you would
See,
wake
I'm
up with
actually
the
glowing.
sound.
I
The sunlight, yeah.
You know it's Karen. It's Karen.
So you all who have that just eyes shoot open.
Sandy cheeks. Drunk.
Yeah, just
Where's Dirty Dan?
you all go investigate. You heard a loud clanging noise in the hallway.
And Dariel's still asleep.
Yes.
I assume Morgana's coming out of Fendariel's room.
Well, I was just next to each other. Just knocked on the wall.
Rat boy do a sneak.
Karen, give me a perception check as you're lying on the ground. Go ahead and stealth that.
12.
Oh, God. So, Dat, you are one with the shadows. I'm going to roll one for Katira, too, because... Yeah.
The zombie stationed outside Zankiri's room just turns his head down the hall, looks at him, just puts a rotten finger up to his rotten lips, and turns back to guard. You'll wake the dead.
You've been
Guiding
waiting
bolt.
for that one, haven't you?
Guiding bolt. Both of them. Go replace your own zombies, fucker.
So, Karen, while you don't see anyone, you have the feeling that you're being watched by a
Well,
company
Gana's
of
gonna
people.
step out of Andariel's room, have her glaive in their hands.
Yeah.
You do see two
And
glowing
since-
green eyes, then.
You
Yeah,
around
I
the
mean-
corner and you see fucking Karen just lying face first on the floor, just staying.
So you
there.
heard a loud clanging noise, and Karen is now face down on the floor.
Yeah! Cut my brain up!
Combat mode time. She's purple now. She's purple, standing right over you. She just jumped and stood right over you, and it's just trying to look around.
You jump and you land near my head. Yeah, I'm moving now. Oh shit! A 2-footed tractor creature just jumped and like landed near me. Of course I'm gonna move.
Yeah, you roll.
It was more or less lying there, just like. And then suddenly there's a loud thump near me. I'm like, ah, of course. Fuck!
Death comes.
Ah!
Morgana, you hand grab the edge of the door frame, stick your head out, glaive ready. You scan. Assailant's not located. Entering defensive stance.
You see, if you can scan for fucking heart pressure, it's fucking up.
Yeah, Karen seems frightened.
Oh shit!
He takes out the candle.
I'm ready
For
to
the
do,
boob candle.
You
Even
don't-
though you're graded in light, just in case she has to separate from you, she hates the dark.
I see.
Karen, were
Yeah?
you attacked?
No.
Now, when you say it like that,
No.
He's lying.
He's lying. Of course, he must be under magic.
Shane, if you would like, you can roll insight for Morgana, or if you think she reads through it, I'll let you have your discretion here.
From the rat shadow. He's lying.
I guiding bolt in the shadows.
Yeah, Shane, you know what Morgana thinks.
The changeling. Step. Quick, use silver. Silver works on changelings, right? Only changelings, nothing else. If
Well,
it burns, it's an enemy.
she's got a glaive in the wall next to your head.
Yeah.
She's gonna lean in and look at you really closely, making sure it's you in the first place.
He's sweating. He's sweating.
Give me an
He's nervous
investigation
for some
check to let me
He's nervous
see
for some
how well
reason.
does Morgana suss out if he's in the right state of
Oh.
mind or if he's been charmed or something.
Karen's
Oh,
He's
pretty-
boy.
He's a fake.
Karen's pretty sus. Shut up, rat.
14.
I might be stronger than her, but she's still gonna kill me.
The signs of fear are eroding any of the other possible chip markers you're
Hmm.
looking for, but he doesn't seem to fail the charm test. Still reason to be a little bit on alert.
Could I not have the glaive in my head? I just got my shit back. I'd rather not go meet my god like this.
Don't put your glaive in his head like you put it in mine.
Oh no!
You do see there is an odd object in the hallway now, Morgana. A slightly light blue glowing holy symbol of Ilion.
Oh shit! I dropped it.
She,
Rat
since she
grab.
does some investigating, she will take the glaive out of the wall,
Okay.
lower it, and then try to pick him up.
Okay.
What?
While you're doing that, you
What?
see, Karen, you see in the shadows, suddenly a shadow washes over it and it's gone. Dad, what do you do with the item after you snatched it?
Oh hell no!
How shiny is it?
Extremely. And it glitters. It seems to have this ever-present, permafrost on it. It's really cool.
Hey Connor.
You still can't see Dad.
Oh no! No! I don't. You said the shadow swooped over it, almost like maybe like a vampire shadow.
Hey, it just looks like a shadow.
Yeah, but that's like the vampire's MO. No one else would have any reason to steal any Ilvian shit.
You can loop your way into it if you'd like, but I'm telling you it doesn't immediately reek of vampire.
Yeah,
If you
I
think
think I
Karen
will.
thinks it is, you can.
Karen does.
Okay.
Yes. Wait, Morgana, that shadow. It took my symbol over there. I point at the shadow. where the thing used to be.
Dad, how
Proceed.
What card?
I assume it's maybe a medium slot.
medium up to second level. If you do a third or fourth, it'll be a large. Actually, no,
And it's
medium.
third award.
Medium
Yeah,
is
and-
default. Medium up to fourth, and then
Ogana, look. Enemy. A shadow is among us.
Mungus. Morgana's gonna take out the boob candle and slide it along the ground towards said shadow.
Slide.
That how quick? Where did you go after you snatched the holy symbol?
The ceiling.
Give me an athletics check.
Bullshit is this?
I counter with an acrobatics check, given rat anatomy.
Stick to the ceiling.
You were trying to hold on the ceiling, unless you were scurrying. If-
Skittering up to the ceiling, yes.
Yeah, and then what happens once you're up there? Are you just going to hang, or are you going to continually scurry?
Roll for
If you continue to scurry, it'll be easier for them to spot you. But if you hang, it'll be athletics. Probably.
I'm about to haste Mogana just to see where this goes.
Morgana bisecting
That's-
his brain again. No.
Yes!
You know what? No, he didn't actually. You know what? No, he didn't actually move. He's just standing there.
Oh.
Menacingly.
So Karen, what do you do?
Do I see him there with the boot candle?
No, he's. If he stayed there, yes, you see the rat body hunched over and just glares back at you with these deep purple eyes.
Yeah, put it down.
There's something upsetting when you see him in this white, like dimly lit with just a candle. Something about his eyes just gives you a chill.
Rat, put that down. Put it down.
What's
Daddy.
going on in the middle of the night?
You step out and see Morgana holding Karen and her glaive, as well as that rat hunched over some
How
new
are
shiny
you
thing.
holding Karen, by the way? Just like potatoes.
She would have, when she took the glaive out of the wall, she would have put it on her back and then tried to lift him up, like kind of like pick you up under your arms to
Oh,
get
okay.
you off the ground.
Okay, just help me stand up. Okay,
The
Yeah.
moment Andariel shows up, Dad is diving into his tunnels.
Okay.
Is he
The
still
nearest
halfway
entrance is
done?
in your room.
That's fair. That's fine.
So you see whoosh, dart into his room, and then the door slams behind him as he just kind of like grabs the edge of it and slams it shut. And you're in your tunnel.
He wouldn't slam it. He'd just close it though.
You're hurrying to get in your tunnels, are you not?
I have a high dexterity score. I will challenge you in this.
Okay.
Wait, no.
I'll
That was the one that Silver made so that it's on my mantle. I have something else. Okay, never mind.
That's the one from on your mantle that got touched by Elvian or by her
Okay.
presence.
Okay, so I still have a simple thing like that.
You have the one you cast with, yes. That's just the one that you put on your altar.
Okay, I was like, hang on. Did he just steal my little cunt? Get back here!
Do you go into his room?
I can't fit in his tunnels. Yeah.
You look in. You would have to move at half speed because it's designed for a small creature. But Dad has definitely darted down one tunnel or another, and you would never find him.
I just stare down there.
When Karen runs off to go investigate that rat's room, Morgana panics a little bit and scoops up the candle.
Can't waste no boot candle.
Karen, do you even notice that Andariel has like a messy bed head?
No, I don't even. Karen doesn't even know what's going on. I don't know. I walked in, tripped, Dat Rat mugged me, I think, and then Morgana almost killed me.
So Dad, this thing is super shiny. What do you want to do with it?
DM do.
Oh,
He eats it. No one else can have it.
He's making it into an alchemical item, isn't he?
oh, I'm sure
My poor craftsmanship.
he's totally not starting a secret treasure vault hidden in the tunnels that only he knows where it's at, and starting his loot hoard now.
Listen, that's how Dat Rat got killed the first time. He's not doing that.
That's how Karen Thor got killed.
That's also how Karen Thor got killed. Hold on a minute. There's a pattern here.
Yeah, so maybe we
I
don't.
want you to look back. I want you to think back on all your characters, and while you're having this realization, we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
Didn't one of his characters die because of that? Because he had to fight his older character, which killed him?
Yes, that
Campaign
was
one, yes. Technically, I was piloting the character when it killed him, and then I handed him the keys. But yes, he did play a warlock who was looking over a large pit, hearing a monster noise, and then his dragonborn barbarian snuck up behind him, went, "Hello there," and shoved him in.
Yeah.
So
That was a
Karen-
fun warlock.
Yeah. So Karen runs into his room, realizes he can't get him. He's like, "The fuck is today?
What does Karen do once he goes in there?
I can't fit in those damn tunnels." I'm like, he's way too fast.
So do you just begrudgingly go to bed?
I'm just like, I am entirely too not sober for this.
Create water into his
He has.
tunnel.
He has. We can talk about that. He's going to have to come out someday, and I'm going to grab him by his gentle little muzzle, and I'm going to tear it off if he doesn't bring it back.
So what are you doing for tonight?
For me? The first off, I have to ask, when I got my shit back, did the spell slots come with it, or am I still tapped?
You're still tapped for tonight.
Then I have to go to bed. And I'm like, I will tap fucking word with you in the morning.
You sit on your bed and you angrily like throw your head back and tink. You clock your head on something metal under your pillow. You now have a headache.
Just the eye turns red. I reach under there.
You pull out a metal holy symbol to Ilvian covered in a bit of permafrost and a little bit of dirt.
He stares off at the middle distance for a second through it, and he's just gonna put it back on its little mantle.
You see the candles flash to a light blue before going normal.
Mm.
If you were to cast a spell like Speak with Dead, Commune, etc., you'll get an extra question or charge on certain spells if you cast it here.
Noted. Now Karen goes to bed.
Is that all you do? Just go to bed?
He'll give us a pretty little bit like just like thanks God Mom like that because I don't have any spell slots, so I can't do anything along those lines. So just he'll give a little prayer.
You do so, and you retire to bed. And then the next morning, things happen, and you all are up and doing your business around the compound as Zonkiri returns.
Yeah. Oh no! Never mind. I didn't have any. Never mind.
Hello, everyone. I was hoping I could call a bit of a meeting at the moment.
Karen comes out, only slightly hungover. It's like, all right.
Is it possible for you to ask in a less creepy manner?
What are you talking about? I'm speaking normally.
So no. Okay.
It's whatever. Let's just talk. I need some coffee.
Right.
Is Varshi out?
Yes.
Varshi also has some coffee.
Varshi has the clipboard with the meeting notes.
Karen's sitting there with his. You know what? Karen's basic. He has folders.
Your nondescript Moonwatch brand coffee is prepared.
Yeah, he's just.
It's the first thing you do with your magic, Karen, once you get it back. Cantrip. Brew coffee.
Guidance coffee.
The alchemy jug makes some coffee.
Actually, yeah. I'll allow it.
Karen's sitting there with his big gulp-sized alchemy jug. This is a nice day. Slurp.
You cannot use the double gulp cup for the fucking Slurpee.
Watch me.
Anyway.
Speak, corpse walker.
Who told you about...
Don't worry about it.
I was speaking with an associate we've encountered before, that wizard we saved from the hands of the rat and the drow on our way back from the conference. I remembered that she was a bit of an abjurationist, and, well, considering everything that happened recently, it was only perhaps by luck that our fort was not as damaged as it could have been in the attack. I spoke with her about some enchantments she could provide for our fort's defenses. And I've come back with a bit of a summary of what it is she told, as well as the pricing for it. If you all would be interested in inputting.
All right.
We are willing.
All right. Well, perhaps the biggest ticket item that she could provide for us is. Connor, is there an actual name you want this thing to go by, or am I just going to keep calling it Spell Globe?
Normally, these are the when they're on spell ships, I call them the like spell slate generators. They're just like that.
Oh.
This is just it's like a home arcane system. I don't know. It doesn't have a name off the top of my head, but
A spell globe. Capable of warding a fort with a particular spell that we infuse it with to allow the entirety of the fort and a short distance of the surrounding area to be infused with the essence of the spell. There were a variety of spells that she herself could provide, as well as those I and others here are capable of. Though one use in particular did catch my eye.
Well, we're not mind readers.
Oh, you're not? Oh, well, that explains quite a bit. Anyway,
My entire mic just came unplugged. I was walking.
well, Andariel, actually, I do believe you'll find this quite amenable, all things considered. I do believe that if infusing the spell globe with a bit of my own magic, we'll be able to set it so that any undead creatures in the fort are kept under control, and are thus at zero risk of accidents should something happen. This will prevent them from going wild, even under the most egregious of circumstances. I do know how you sometimes worry that they'll get a bit unruly.
So you want to make our home into an undead bastion?
More or less. We do need guards and servants here. This will be solving several gnomes with one stone.
God damn it.
Well, I have a strong feeling that I'm going to be outvoted on this, but yes, let's hear everyone's opinion on this.
Hey Connor,
Yes.
would I have just a minor retcon? Just a minor one. Could I have like, hey Godmom, you got any issue with like necromancers in general? We seem to have a certain theme going for us, and I look at her bone form.
As usual, except in that dream state, you don't get a response from Ilvian.
Got it. Well,
She hasn't displayed problems with it so far.
yeah, that's what he's basing it off of. And considering she wants the whole like, make your own decisions, fuck up on your own terms, like, fair enough. And this will free up for more long-term travel. Yes.
Considering Zankari's usage as undead for a resource, it would make sense for us to establish control over them as easily as possible.
Could we do this in a way where they're not just? What is the range on this? Is it confined to the walls or a certain range outside?
Let's say 5 feet past the walls.
Okay, 5 feet past the walls. Got it. Thanks, God. Thanks, Sylvian. So what? Eventually, this is going to create a bit of a problem, as in I'm 99% sure that this still leads to them decaying and or smelling like ass. Perhaps even disease. Do you have some sort of idea of storage for your inevitable zombie or undead horde?
Turning them into skeletons.
Still, even if that storage will become an issue, do we have anywhere we could store these when just fucking around, or is it just going to be lined up in battalion strength lines along the fucking walls?
I mean, ideally, they'd be out and about while we weren't here to protect the fort from any more intruders. Considering that while we are not here is, generally speaking, when the fort is at its most vulnerable.
Right.
As far as the smell goes, that's actually not much of an issue. You see, funny thing about undead, actually, for the most part, it stops the rotting process. You see, most things that, what do you say, devour the flesh of the dead, necrocytes, I believe they're called. They don't eat undead flesh, it tends to kill them. Most of the stench of corpses tends to come from the fact that it was already rotting when it was raised.
Karen doesn't know how to feel about that. It's like, that sounds correct, but I'm
It
also uncomfortable.
is.
All right.
As long as, of course, they're cleaned and are given orders to maintain rather sanitary habits, shouldn't need to worry about them smelling. If they do, we can always just have them march into the bottom of the river and march back out.
And there's also, she'll wiggle her fingers, prestidigitation.
Dude, they'll smell like dog if they do that.
One, I don't have your fancy little clean magic. Second, let's not have the undead walk into the river.
How is he supposed to get drowned ones?
Maybe not the river that we get our drinking water from. Or do we have a well? Do we have a well?
Do it downstream.
Okay. I have no inherent issue besides that. Purely, yeah. I also get some of my from that river. So yeah, that was my main concern. I wasn't aware of the magical effects of undeath on decay, obviously.
It's not a magical. Never mind.
I'm sorry?
Nothing. Just
If it is possible, could we dig out an area under the fort to secure them in? That rat seems quite capable on digging tunnels.
I think they're already taken. We've also got the fucking watch running through those tunnels.
I mean, we also have a very large amount of unused space here. It would not be much to set up a barracks, as the DM suggested, in one of the buildings.
Very well. Right then. Yeah, I don't have any issues. Anyone else?
We have no opposition to this.
I mean, I don't like it, but you can do it.
Well, while we're on the subject, how are those sentries coming along, Silver? Oh, speaking of defensive measures.
Oh, me and Andariel really made a good design of them. We just need a power source.
Power source.
Conveniently like a spell globe, right?
yes. I would suppose.
Would Souls of the Damned work?
What would I roll for that, Connor?
What would I roll?
We've got this thing. Look, I don't want to say anything, but when we got fantasy OSHA or like the building inspectors come by, this is our soul furnace.
Silver,
You'd be surprised at the number of things that can be powered with an orphan soul.
Silver, you have actually seen like blueprints on of a basically a soul furnace of a thing where people would take souls, toss them in, they'd be broken down into power to power
Oh my
machines,
God.
computers, etc. You know exactly what they look like, and you don't have the blueprints on hand, but you know the between you and Zonkira, you could make one, but it's also like a very bad thing to like destroy somebody's soul. So
Look,
Yeah.
we're like probably dipping well past chaotic good now.
I mean, I will say I think, but I'm not willing to do that.
Does it do something adverse to the souls?
It's soul furnace, Andoriel. It's in
So,
the name.
I
yes.
didn't.
No.
I mean, I didn't
that is
say
a no.
it's a soul furnace. I just says I think it could be done, but I do not want to.
and that's just the one you know of. There might be a
Yeah,
soul not
there might
bothered version,
be
but
other
that's the one you know.
things, but the one that I know, yeah, no.
I mean, it could be done. You'd be surprised at the breadth of things that can be powered by the souls of the innocent. Fortresses, swords, my favorite chandelier.
There's a
Um,
I
each other.
mean,
Characters
I
love
would
them.
very
I know
much.
it can't be done, but I am not going to.
I'm just gonna slide
that?
past that one real quick.
I am definitely on Silver's side with this. We are not
Yeah.
using souls to power anything.
I'm averse to soul split.
All right.
Maybe
all
we can
right.
ask the we could ask the governors if there's any natural electrite deposits anywhere on the continent. I mean, that's our
Those
hope.
words were in common, but that made no sense. Would you like to try that again?
We could ask our interim boss if there's any natural
Mhm.
electrite
Magic
deposits
crystal.
near magic crystal deposits anywhere near the continent or somewhere else. Perhaps
Dirty
somewhere.
spell rocks.
Give me magic.
Yeah, or you could just buy some rather than go and ask, "Hey, is there any gold deposits around here we can mine up?" You could just buy some.
We haven't bought Connor. We're about to buy a spell. We're about to be poor again.
I
Let's
know.
go. That's why I'm asking. Is there a place
That
we
would
can
take
go?
the rest of the party funds, but we're all still pretty loaded.
That's what
What do
I'm.
we have
That's what
for
I'm telling
party
you, Karen. Is that it's like saying, "Hey, do you know any untapped gold mines around here we could dig a few chunks out of?"
Well, if
It's
there's
like-
been active mining, we could probably just get the location of
What
them
would-
and work with them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If she knew of them, she would have them harvested and sell them herself.
Yeah. What would be the check for how strong an electrite
I
would
mean,
be needed?
you don't need to make a check because you got some stellar blueprints. You'd need a tiny shard for each. Or
Do
if
we
you-
have a general idea of how much something like that would cost?
While I was sick, I did start working on a table. Let me go look and see if that table's nonsense now.
Wow, things our DM could have gotten done if he would have had his computer changed to the correct time zone.
Oh no!
I have it pulled up here on my phone. Fuck you. Oh, sorry.
Wait,
A minuscule is what you would need. So 100.
Why didn't you check your phone's time?
Fuck you. 100 gold pieces or 10 platinum pieces each, and then they will run
Okay.
autonomously.
Oh, I have 2,000 gold. I could.
Yeah, we could definitely
You have
go and buy
7,000
I could
those.
gold.
spell 300.
You have 7,000 gold, Tristan. We got 5k from selling all that obsidian.
Oh,
5k a piece. So, yeah, add that in.
I
Where's
am
the,
overburdened, so I'm at 7k.
A chunk of gold just falls.
He looks
Where
like an
do we
oil
have
lamp.
Wow,
It's just
201 pounds. If I
Damn,
carry
yeah.
all of this.
Morgana's at 230 or 252 pounds from all the weapons she carries.
Thank you, Zonkiri, for the reminder.
You're welcome.
I just heard a dog noise. I'll be right back.
Oh right, he is dog sitting.
So I figure we try and buy some electrite so we can
Yeah.
get our centuries up and running.
Makes
And
sense.
probably more material just to make more.
So we
Yeah.
can,
How many do you want to start out with? Like,
Morgana also wants to ask Silver to make something with her / for her. Is a weapon.
another one?
2 weapons.
an official poll.
It's a pair of weapons.
Don't ask
It's
for weapons.
a
Don't
lovely
ask for
pair of
big guns.
weapons.
Shane, don't ask for
No.
big guns.
No.
Was
So-
he? Who am I making this for?
Morgana.
What
She
does she
wants
want?
these chain blades that she can retract into her arms.
You are not Skarner.
Back. I'm back. So
Zonkiri's only
Wait,
carrying 38 pounds of
you're
stuff.
trying to create chainsaw arms?
Chainsaw blades,
oh
yes.
god, we're on this. But yeah, you all can easily find some minuscule electrite shards from merchants in town.
How much would the materials to make sentries cost then as
We
well?
want to make more centuries.
To make more of
Yeah.
them, ooh, that'll be more expensive.
Yeah, I assume they'd be like our art elites.
I'm
We
gonna
have what,
say
3?
you should have
What do you
3.
expect?
I'll say 5,000, counting the power source, to make a
Per?
whole one.
Oh, okay. Shit.
So that. Mm,
But you
So
will have 3 that are
5,000.
intact, pretty much from
Yeah.
the base.
All right. So I don't
Hell, I could.
use my money for a hell of a lot. So if you really
Me
need it,
neither. I have infinite ammunition.
well, the
So-
thing is, you have a lot more in routes to use your money more. So I can go ahead and give you some of mine. I'll give silver just to help even them out a little bit. You said you're on 7,000.
I'll
Yeah.
take your money.
Shut up, rat.
Shut up,
and,
crack rat. You make your own drugs.
I'll round you up to 10,000 to give you 3,000 of mine.
That could pay off half my debt.
I was just gonna make one more though, because
Oh,
so I could go back to 2,000.
okay, then I'll keep mine. Well, actually, no. I'll just
It'll
put
also
the
take a little bit of
3,000
work time to make them.
Yeah, I'll just
Yeah.
put the 3,000 in the party fund then, in case anyone else needs it.
If anyone wants to go with her, Morgana wants to go to Fane Industries.
And Ariel will go with you.
I guess which is Fane Industries, the one that does all the technology stuff.
Yep.
They
And
made the
is-
spell weapons.
And
the
are you
spell
all going to
gem-
send a message over to the address to come over and start work?
Well, first we need to figure out how we're going to get the money for. We want Anime Dead, right? So
Well, we have it in the party fund to pay for
How
that whole
much would
thing.
it be to
How much
patent
is the party
and
fund?
sell the?
Where's the party fund?
Design.
Is it in, Fort Nix or?
Yeah, it's in Fort Nix. I already took the money out for it after
Oh, okay.
we got
okay,
like 4 out of 6 people agreeing to it.
Okay, then never mind. I'll just keep the 5,000 on me to like do something with it. I might. I don't know. I got 5,700 gold essentially on me. And
Jesus,
Something to do with
16
it.
zombies and 4 skeletons are going to be here.
Those are just the corpses Zonkiri's had sitting in his room, by the way.
Oh, goody.
Peacekeepers, zombies.
The best part is, Carrie's room isn't locked, so someone could have just walked in there and saw the pile of bodies, and he's like, "Come in, take a seat."
This
Like,
doesn't
on
seem
one, or-
fair. This doesn't seem. Hello, Mario.
Hello, Mario.
Oh my god! Zonkiri was. Oh, imagine him getting like a bunch of small bones from a bunch of creatures, and then just getting like the liver of like a T-Rex or a Stegosaurus or something, just making a giant like fleshy bone beanbag chair out of it.
Welcome to my office.
I like that. Ah, so
Have something to do.
you all, one team is heading to Fane Industries. We're going to cut to that. What are you looking for, Morgana?
Morgana wants to look into that technology where they're instilling magic into things with gems, because it sounds a lot like her core.
Interesting. How are you? You walk up and there is a receptionist once you come to the front office. It a little bit has the vibe of Fairy Godmother's factory from Shrek 2.
That's awful.
Do they have dental?
Did you say Bental?
Dental.
Oh, they don't even have dental. But there is a receptionist there who seems overworked, and you do hear the like loud chugging of machinery in the back rooms. Hi, welcome to Fane Industries. What can I do for you?
We are interested in what was shown at the Congressional Ball.
Oh, we've been getting lots of requests on that. Well, those lines of spellstone weaponry should be hitting the market here soon. I actually have a few available for residents of Moonwatch. I have access to these a little bit earlier as a appreciation token from the founder for the city's generosity towards us. Is there any sort of, are you looking to buy the weapon or any ammunition for it?
We were more curious on its functions. Wanted to learn about them.
Oh, okay. How familiar are you all with Artifice? She stands up and starts to walk around, seemingly with like a clipboard in hand with some notes.
Turns and looks at Silver if he can.
Wait, I did
She
what did
bold-faced
he
looked at you.
say? What did
She
he say?
bold-faced looked at you and said, "How familiar are you with Artifice?"
Artificing? You said
Yeah.
you're cutting off just a little at the end.
She's asking,
I
"Are you
just
familiar
hear
with
art.
Artifice?" She's asking, how familiar are you with Artifice stuff?"
He called you a bitch.
I am an artifice.
Oh,
So
well, wonderful. Well, then you would understand that these are the weapons themselves lack any magical qualities. Baseline, we do have some for an additional fee. We can enchant them with some basic enhancements, mainly those that help break through thicker hides. Those are come at additional charges and are generally special ordered and are not available at this time. However, the regular ones we have still have the ability to purchase the ammunition. You see, she takes out a ruby from behind the desk, and there's a label on one side that says display only. These still slot in. She grabs another, what looks to be just a handle of a sword, and you see she very easily clacks it in. They'll still slot in, and then if you look here, there's a trigger on the handheld, so that when you're going in for an attack and you're sure you're about to hit, you can click it, and as you fling it, and you see it just spits sparks at the top as she flicks it and swings. It'll bust open the ammunition you purchased and slot it in, and add an additional thump to your attacks. Like I said, the additional enchantments on ones are a little bit back ordered at the moment. Due to the recent tragedy here in Moonwatch, we are having a large amount of our supply being bought up by the city and armed to the guards first, but I assure you will not be long until these hit the market for any prospective mercenaries. Are you all interested in the base models and any ammunition? Currently, we're offering damage types in fire, ice, and acid. Acid, excuse me.
I look at Morgana.
Morgana thinks for a moment. We will consider it.
Now, the weapons only run about twice as much as your standard market value for a non-modified one, and the ammunition is dependent on how big of a charge you're looking for. Generally, it's about... currently, we only have about the lowest tier ones available for purchase, and they'll run you about 100 per damage type, per each one, and that's across the 3 damage types we have. She seems to be like circling you, like she's interposed between you and the door now. Like she's trying to make a sale.
We would like to make sure the ammunition shatters when it is used.
Yes, sir. That is the unfortunate circumstance of how they work. The nature of the enchantment is non-rechargeable at the moment. We do have plans in the future to try and make a rechargeable version, but at this time we do not have one. If you'd like, you can step here into the waiting room, and you can. We have free water and some snack food if you'd like to discuss. And she opens it, and you see just like a few chairs around a table, and like I think a cucumber water, like some cookies that have been individually wrapped. She's like very much trying to like get you in the room. Do you go in?
Morgana will pass.
Saying
Andara?
Andariel's just there to be supportive and be a pocketbook if needed.
Are you sure? I assure you nothing in there will cost you any money. It's just a place for you to be able to sit and discuss. Saves you the steps from having to come back.
Money is not our primary concern. We would like to talk to our allies.
Of course, but she gives you the business hours. It's like a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And if you'd like, for a small notification fee, we can let you know when new products hit the market, and you can be some of the first in line to have access to them.
That's going to be a hard no.
She's like already sliding over a pamphlet with like a 5 gold charge, and they'll like write you a letter when it's time.
I can't believe they're charging me for email spamming.
Yes.
And
We live-
then Daryl goes with it. That's going to be a hard no, and pushes it back towards her.
She
We
still
live
has her hand on
nearby.
it,
We
and
do
she
not
slides
believe
it.
it'll be a problem.
She takes the like regular information packet and this one and slides it back to you. Well, if you change your mind, these are free. You can take these with you. It's like sliding to you to like take with you.
Morgana will grab it.
Is there anything else?
We
I can
only
do for
need
you
one.
folks? Alrighty. Is there anything else I can do for you folks?
You do not
Looks
have
at the
any
two
more
that were
questions?
here for questions.
Rat going rat.
We do not have any more questions. Thank you.
Alright, well, I'll be here. If you need anything, you know where to find us. And thank you for visiting Fane Industries. It has been my pleasure. And she starts to backpedal a few steps. Are you all walking out?
Connor, I know for a
Yes.
fact you said folks, but it said fucks from over here. You fucks.
From how we didn't buy anything and wasted our time, yeah, she probably wanted to say that. Also
And-
denied the
Unless you
spam
fart under
emails.
her breath.
And as you're stepping out, you see she goes back and like unslots the display piece and like resetting her like sale pitch. She came on strong. Did not work.
Did not work. Mainly because Morgana wasn't going to buy anything no matter what she said. Morgana wanted information. Morgana wants to know how those work.
Well, she'll be happy to sell you one, and you can pull it apart as you like.
Nope. Considering that they blow up on use, nope.
Is there anything
Morgana
else you want
will,
to do?
well, afterwards, we'll walk up to Silver. We wanted to find out how they worked, since you are an artificer.
Okay.
We had hoped that you could use them as a tool to your liking.
Wait, I probably zoned out on something. What happened?
Morgana wanted to find out how they work so that you could use them in your machines.
Ah,
Also, she's a machine, so she might have wanted it for herself too.
right. Okay. Thank you for allowing me to get some info on this. I'll see about going through it with my machines.
She nods. She, in her mind, has earned some good robot points.
By the way, I talked with Underiel. How would you like a robotic friend?
We are not adverse to new machines. Unless they are hostile, then we will destroy them.
Little flash of purple in her eyes as she says it.
Definitely not hostile.
Then we would have no issue with them.
Sounds good to me.
Would they have our same sense of self?
I'm not sure.
We recall
It
Zankiri
could
describing
probably
something like
happen.
that to Lord Marcus.
I mean, you are a unique person, but it could possibly happen. Free will and all that. What
When
is
you
that?
call her a
Claire?
person, she kind of looks a little confused.
And Daryl is in the room with us as I'm talking
You're all
about
like
this,
on the
right?
street outside of the building.
Right.
So yeah, she's within earshot.
She's standing there watching.
I mean, oh wait, are we separated from her or something?
No,
She's just standing there.
she's just not really talking much.
Right. Why do you look confused? I'm just curious. I'm asking this to
Morgana.
Morgana. Yeah.
We are a machine.
No,
Is that the
you are a
same as a
person.
person?
No.
I mean, there are many warforges that are considered a person. And you may be unique for a warforge, but you are still a person.
We see. We believe Andaro has informed us of this prior.
I have.
We will try not to forget it then. And she will nod.
Is there anything else you all wanted to do in town?
Did I gather the materials for one more warforge and one more sentinel and the crystals?
I'll say yes, and I'll say specifically where you get it from. Crowbeak doesn't have everything that sells in town, so you go mainly to the Adventurers
Yeah.
Guild and you buy just like main raw materials, and then for a few specialty things, the Star Sail Arcanatorium, the like research center, is where they keep most of the electrite. And you put in a request to buy a few, explain your reasoning, and you do that before you start shopping. And by the end of the time where you've gathered all your materials for the day, they have it ready for you to pick up.
Got it. So overall, it'll be about like 5,300 because 5,000 for one more robot,
Yeah, the 5,000
and
included the power source on that one. I just heard a big
300
thud.
with power source.
So you should only have 200 because you only have to put a power source in two of them. The 5,000 cost covered the cost of the power source.
We have three
Oh, three.
already
Sorry, I forgot you had two.
completed.
My bad.
So
Then yes.
300, 5,300.
Yeah, then 5,300 is it.
Okay. Down to 1,700.
All right.
That's a good.
So,
Yeah.
and then Zonkiri, did you want to go and have you and Karen go and contact the Abjurist Gloriana to come and start installation?
Yeah.
It'll take her about a week to get all these parts together and to finish the construction and whatnot.
Cool.
Toss her sending.
Yeah.
Real quick, the material to make those chain blades out of the same material that Mogata is made out of, how much would that cost?
What are you wanting statistic-wise for these chain blades?
Rip and tear,
You just want a cool integrated weapon?
basically.
Are you looking to have like? Are you wanting these to be treated as short swords, long swords? I'm trying to get a price range out of you. Like, what are you trying to? I want to know what damage dice and what weapon you want me to base this off of, so I can give you a price.
Give the man a d20.
Yeah, D20 damage.
I think
Two
you
is
gave
an
a
attack.
damage dice when I first showed you. Let me see.
Oh, like a 3d4.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, that'll run you. If you were to just regularly make this, let's see. Even the most expensive weapons are only like 50 for a great sword. say it's 100 for one because that's a really advanced weapon. To have it integrated in you, that'll be a check on somebody's part. But 100 to get 100 each to try and figure it out, or 100 each to make one that you can hold.
Connor, might I make a suggestion?
Mm-hmm.
Arm blade from Eberron's Rising of the Last War, page 276.
Oh, right. I think I saw that when I was looking
We're
for stuff
trying
for
to create Chainsaw Man.
Oh my god. No. None of that.
Well,
Just
if
want to
anyone
touch
asks,
some boobs.
if anyone wants to ask Morgana why she wants them,
Somebody.
Yeah, I would because it's weird having chainsaws for arms.
Okay, so.
By the way, why are you so insistent on these chain blades?
well, when we imagine the weaponry, and having integrated weapons would be good in case we are disarmed. But we feel that it will match our. She kind of looks confused. We don't want to make it complicated. I suppose we enjoy the idea of having them. Liquor of purple.
Mother, I crave violence.
Well,
Rip and tear, as they say.
So mostly it's just you think they'll be neat.
well,
We suppose
people
that's
has
right.
their own kinks.
It's not a kink.
How do you know?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't.
Daryl,
I withdraw my statement.
I do have a ceremony.
It's
If
a
y'all
trap.
are really
It's a trap.
curious.
It's a trap.
How do you guys feel about higher AC? Would you like to get married for AC?
There's two reasons why it's a trap for Andariel. One, if she starts asking about kinks, and two, if it is a kink, she better know about it.
Lured in by the innocent boob candle. Then suddenly.
Yeah, so to answer your Shane question, or to answer your question, Shane, that's how you say sentence.
No, that was a Shane question.
I think it's a shade question. I think so.
I am going to go with a arm blade statistics. It's a common magical item. It's basically just a item you can. To attune to it, you would hold a magic weapon. So it comes with a regular weapon. You, as a warforged, will hold it to you while you attune. Then when it's done, your arm will integrate, and as a bonus action, you can retract it into your forearm. You can retract the arm blade into your forearm or extend it. So just bonus action, you can flick out a light or heavy item that can be wielded with one hand.
But it's going to take up an attunement slot.
Yes.
I don't have any attunement,
What are you
so
attuned to?
it wouldn't be a problem.
Rejection.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of weapon would you like integrated?
Say Great X.
It'll be, I'll say Crowbeak's making this for you, and you're like commissioning a magic item like you have before. She's just asking you what kind of weapon should she buy off cheap, so she can start making the enchantment. She doesn't. Well, she does say buy off cheap. What cheap shit should I buy on the market so I can stop this?
If you're not opposed to 3d4 slashing, I mean,
Let's go with a regular weapon for now. Like a short sword, scimitar, etc.
short sword, scimitar.
We can make a scimitar have the like whirring chains if you'd like. Or a
I
short
guess
sword.
a long sword for the highest dice.
Okay. A longsword. You describe specifically the chainsaw function you want. She says she can make it work.
Rip and tear.
So it's a chainsaw, but it's a longsword, but it looks like a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Basically. So how much would that be for two of them? Considering I need
Oh,
each
great!
arm.
It's a
Okay,
chainsword.
that will be
from
2 minute
40K.
slots, but yes. I'll say so. Normal cost of a longsword. Oh god, I have this pulled up somewhere. Oh, here it is. Normal cost of a longsword is 15 gold pieces, so there's 30 plus the cost to have this done. Common magical items run up to 50, I believe. So we'll say 65 each. Well, she likes you. 60 each. You describe the idea and she wants to see it.
Consider it done.
Hold on. I always forget that there's 2 freaking books for Eberron.
Technically, Silver
Oh,
could
yeah.
take an infusion for it since it's a common magic item, but
Well, that's 2 infusions rather than not have him waste it.
you're wanting me to hold first?
Yeah, because I always forget. Hold on, just let me check this. So I think this got changed. Armblade.
Okay. Oh my God.
Okay, never mind. That is the most current one.
Okay.
I always forget which of these books came out first.
No worries.
It used to be that these were not magic weapons, but that got changed. However, it does say that any sort of magical melee weapon could be created as an arm blade. So you can get like a vicious arm blade or a vorpal arm blade.
Sweet.
So
At the moment, she's getting 2 standard ones, and if you want to change it, bring it to her, and she'll charge you a fee and swap out the item.
that was me giving you ideas, Connor, for loot.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Speaking of loot,
I took that and immediately said, "Yeah, I can microtransaction this. Don't worry."
Wait, could I give her a
Oh,
longsword
fuck, you're
plus 1?
EA.
So
yeah, I was about to stamp on Connor's forehead. Easy.
Connor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this doesn't take forever. Just hop into the captain's quarters with me real quick.
Oh goody.
Get in the DM box.
All right, here we are.
Okay, so Shane really wants this magic item. Also, I would just like to point out something.
Mhm. Yes.
I pulled Connor into the captain's quarters. I am the captain.
Look at me.
He's the captain.
So now that I'm back, so Shane, chainsaw
Yes.
blade. A
Yeah.
deliberation has been made
Rip and
for
tear.
gonna be reflavoring of flame tongue, a rare magic item. Forget the part about shining bright light, but can have it do 2d6 slashing damage as a bonus action until you want it to drop or sheath it. The chains will whir and do an extra 2d6 on top of the item it already is. And that'll be stacked with the arm blade for 1 attunement slot. So we've got 60 for the 1 arm blade originally, and then because it's a rare magic item, those go up to like 5,000, don't they?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Because it's not the full like glow effect, I'll knock it down a little. I'll say 4,060 gold pieces per if you want chain blades.
Well, I can afford one of those at the moment.
Hold on, Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Rare is 2d10 times 1,000.
Oh no.
Shane, are you feeling lucky?
Quick, start rolling twos again.
Yes.
Roll twos.
If I say no, then it'll have the satisfaction of me saying no. Yes, I'm feeling lucky.
Oh.
There you go.
You know, just throw me an attack roll real quick. I'm just curious.
There's your price for him, Shane. All in all,
Ouch. For both of them or one?
for one.
Ooh.
I'll be nice. No, should I be mean or nice?
I mean,
Be fair.
I have a suggestion
Mm-hmm.
for Shane.
Yes.
I did this with a character that used a sun sword once, which is basically a long sword. He had it as a he had it cover his fist as a gauntlet rather than a sword. When you two hand, because it's a versatile weapon, when he two handed it, he just slammed his fists together and it extended to his other fist. You could, rather than buying two of them, you could just say when you pull out the second one, it's you two handing it. So you get extra damage dice, but you don't have to buy a whole other magic item.
Yeah, flavor it.
As long as Morgana's running around chainsawing things, I think I'll be okay with that.
I'll allow you when you're quote unquote two handing with the chain blades. It'll just be both of stuck out and you're slamming down.
Well,
But yeah.
I can't afford that right now, so we'll wait.
Let me see. I want to check something.
Maybe we'll find one in the ruins of a Aegis factory we can stumble across.
That is on the roster. So
If you'll give me if you'll sack your advantage on your strength check card, I'll roll again, and whatever the new price is what it'll be. Statistically, the odds are in your favor that it'll be lower, but it could be worse.
Say anything in his favor. Don't just do it.
Considering that I'll almost never need an advantage on strength check card, being a barbarian, I guess I'll use it.
Sure. Go ahead and take it out and burn it. Here's the new price.
Son of a bitch!
See, save 2,000. I was really hoping it was gonna be double tens. I'm not gonna lie, a very evil part of my brain was hoping for double tens.
I was expecting it.
Well, I'll be damned.
Look, you've got a little angry waifu creature. You should suck money out of her.
No.
Andariel, I would like money for rip and tear.
And Daryl,
First off, and
Had
Daryl be the
Daryl
first
had the
one
money
in the
for it, she
party.
would.
And Daryl would like money for king play.
Oh,
She just doesn't
Oh my
have the
God.
money.
also, I'm pretty sure Andariel wants Morgana not to be a bloodthirsty maniac.
That too.
Why are you an adventurer?
So, does anybody else have anything they want to do for the session before we wrap it up?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
I would like to go to town and buy two things. Let's see here. I'm gonna get the easy one out of the way first. I need a component for a spell. Clairvoyance.
Okay. What are the components on that? Since I don't have everything memorized.
I believe it was 100 GP. Clairvoyance, 3rd level.
I'm pulling it up.
Worth at least 100 GP, either a jeweled horn or hearing, or glass eye.
So,
forcing.
you choose seeing or hearing. Which one would you prefer? Which one are you buying?
I got enough money in both. How about we just like phrase it as like a mask? If I could get it to like a mask.
So you would like to buy a mask that has a removable 100 GP eye and a removable 100 GP horn that you can take pieces off of, or were you looking to have like
just like one item to where I could just list as a component for?
I mean, I'll charge you 200 gold pieces because it's got two separate ones, but sure.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just so I can write it down. It's for convenience.
I'll say for shits and giggles, the horn is a hollowed out rib, and the eye is just creepily, it's just like a glass eye. There's nothing I can think of especially, but specifically the hollowed out rib reminds you of your holy symbol.
Right. Clairvoyance. And the second thing, significantly more dangerous because I've been looking at those D10s. A devotee sensor. Copy. Sending to Blondie.
I have it in the compendium.
Yeah, regardless.
Okay, well, it's a rare magic item. You saw what I did to Shane.
Yeah, do it up, boy. Give me the 2d10.
If he gets sucker,
Can you feel a brand new day?
Yeah, they have one in stock.
Oh, a sale?
Probeak
Oh,
has one,
fuck
and it stinks of cleric stuff, so she wants rid of it. So it's clearanced. Rage gets the dying of your soul, Shane.
oh,
Let me just finish writing down for the. All right, it's 200 gold. You're not gonna press me on the.
I'll let this stand as is because it's funny.
Okay. Well,
less than half my price after I used the card.
So hang on, first here your 200 GP for the clairvoyance thing,
Mhm.
and so just 5,000, 5,000. Okay.
Yeah, just for the devotees. It stinks
damn.
of God, and she does not want it.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Yeah. Hey,
You said you had nothing to spend your money on, Shane. The gods provided.
Keep it pyro. There you go. All right, so here's exactly 5,000.
Okay. And Pyro's still going to claim that he doesn't have any RNG abilities after this.
Shut up! I don't. This is just the dice. It's the
Evan,
dice, not me.
Roll it. Yeah, I'm gonna roll it again. Just it would be another price for the devotee sensor. Yep.
You fuck my life.
Dang, I'm sorry. I don't control it.
Watch this. I'm gonna trick it. I'm rolling this for damage. Roll 20. Oh, now it wants to be good.
I'm curious, Shane. Roll again. I want to see if it gets fucky. Like with the times 1,000. It sees on Curie we get cheap stuff.
Now I get the chosen one.
So Connor, would you like to roll again just so we can see what happens? This could be for anyone at all.
Give me a person who's rolling for the rare item. Anyone.
You know what? Continue.
Kristen.
Okay, yeah, Tristan.
Silver. Here you go. Here's what a rare magic item silvers would be.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
Ow!
well, good thing Silver makes his own.
Yeah,
Now roll for
that's
Shannon.
why I make my own.
See, it has
Stop
to go
rubbing it
low
in.
now. It has to, no, it has to go low now.
Let's see
It
with
has to.
that. We know Dom's luck. Oh.
Used up all of his
No,
luck
no, no, no,
on
no,
the
no,
boss
no, no,
fight.
no, no. Now, Connor, I'm gonna ask you to roll it for me, and you'll get a different result. Please roll it.
Motherfucker.
Very specific conditions.
We're already
Thank you.
wrap it up. This is fun times. All right, so I'm gonna start attuning to the devotee sensor.
I would like to start exploration of foreign rat tunnels.
Okay. The guards are still down there, keeping it secure.
Get
And it does
permission
appear to
from the
be.
governor,
It's
then.
not as twisting like yours. These seem to be like a large bored tunnel.
This
Start
is
by
a
getting
menace
permission from
below.
the governor.
Almost like. Okay. So she's going to say no initially. To give it a few days, given that you're a rat, to let things cool off. But if in a week or so you're still interested, come see her again and she'll see about giving you a writ to go and examine.
Going to give her the counter argument of potentially turning it into a rat workforce.
You're trying to help get into the mindset of what attacked you?
Oh, he wants to promote a bunch of rats.
You want to
His-
recruit rats.
Yes.
Give me a persuasion check. It's standard. I was going to give you advantage for trying to do a clever play, but this is also a really big ask, so I'm just leaving it at standard.
Persuasion, you say?
Mm-hmm.
All right, fair
Yeah,
enough.
your charisma cards. Let's see what
I
happens.
think I have a charisma card. I do not.
I do.
I do not.
Rat army.
Oh.
Never mind. Never mind. That way over here.
She looks
Yeah,
at you, sees the faint, the
No,
Roll
I
me a
actually
D100.
give you a valid reason.
Roll me a D100, Dat.
She's already using Zenkiri as a buffer. This would just be another one except downward.
I have thoughts. Roll me a D100, Dat.
High low.
Knowing you want it high.
Okay.
Okay. No,
Okay.
she's persuaded by your argument. Nothing weird happens. Uh, she's seen you do some weird shit, and she's giving you like like you have a temporary permit. She's giving you a chance to see what you can do. She's curiosity's getting her here. And she writes to you a writ. You've got 5 days of access to the tunnels, after which they would be restricted.
Well,
She says they'll start. Would you rather it start today or at the dawn tomorrow?
dawn tomorrow.
All right. She writes that in, stamps it, grabs your thumb, dips it in ink, and rolls it on the paper,
Tabs it.
and hands it to you. It is now a binding for the next 5 days. You have access to the tunnels under the governess's orders.
Okay.
And it's written in
will-
such a way that it's like you can't. The higher ups there, they need to admit you access, and you're on official city business, quote unquote. They can't like escort you or tell you, "Hey, you can't do this." Well, I should rephrase that. You're not going to be watched or supervised. It's like, okay, you've got 5 days to prove this is a worthy endeavor, after which your rights will be taken away. But you've got some time to figure out your thing, and nobody will be up in your business about it.
Okay. And this extends to the party, right? That I can bring them down.
I'll say sure.
Or
With a natural 20,
Okay.
sure. The party's included in this.
going to bring this writ back to the fore and explain the situation. That we could potentially have a rat workforce on our hands. / defense force. Going by the board tunnel, these are Gracier. These very well could be a clan of Graciers.
You keep trying to as.
If it's a clan of hang on.
Game
It's
and
a clan
logic
of
does
Grace.
not necessarily
That's
apply.
too much magic, buddy. There'd be a crater. We'd be dead.
Hey, I say clan of Graciers. You know what I fucking mean, Pyro.
I would like to remind you for the last time before I stop correcting you.
Connor, this is your fault. This is your fault. You did this.
You are
You
not
said-
Skaven. You are a rat.
You said
The
Skaven
clan-
once, and it's over.
and that was once.
Rats. Skaven logic is rat logic.
I said I would
Yeah.
only say it once more, so I'm not going to again. But you have
Praise the
heard
Lord,
my
rat.
saying.
Praise the Horned Red Connor.
Well,
Praise him.
Anyways, situation explained. Potential rat mages.
And what makes you think that they'd want to serve us up here on the surface?
On the surface, no. However, the underground tunnels not being forced to flee at the sight of humans, and potentially whatever else they are running from to be this far up.
Worst case, we get rid of a potential border skirmisher, and we have some more undead for you.
I was about to say, and the other side of that is they are hostile, and you have a new army.
Right.
It's a win-win.
And Daryl is rubbing her temples and looking directly at the desk she is sitting at.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to object to this. We first need to get a bead on the situation down there. I'll send an arcane eye. Hold on. After that, once we've secured the immediate area, we need to talk to the governess about getting a job to go search down there. Then it's a win-win-win.
I've done what I can. We have 5 days.
I don't
By
think
the
she's gonna
gods.
I don't think she's
By
gonna make a job since we've already got a warrant. Why would she make a job?
We have
specifically?
free pass to go down there unhindered, unwatched for 5 days.
But we're not getting paid.
But technically, this is like I don't know.
We are not getting paid right away if we generate our own workforce that we can hire to the city.
I don't know how the deed works, but how far that goes down below the fort. But this would technically be our property. What? How does it sound? Undead mines? Undead mines? Yes, yes.
Immediate payout is not there. I agree with you. However, long-term payout could be there in droves.
Think of the logistics thing here.
Also,
This sounds like a terrible idea.
You think
Oh,
everything?
I
is
agree with
is
that,
mostly work.
but
The
If
two
nothing else,
most
you can
sensible
take what the
people in
rats
our
have.
team agree. Terrible idea.
All right. Well, what would you have us do about the large collection of rats currently infesting the tunnels under our fort?
Convince them to leave or eradicate them.
That's part of going
That's
down there.
literally what we're going to go find out. You're just
No,
trying to
he wants to
poo-poo shit.
turn them into a workforce. That is inane.
Oh, so you draw your line.
We
at
can
rat
barely
people, but not
control
undead.
him.
I want my own clan.
When,
Well,
when,
and back.
when we don't control him, there's danger there. I don't wanna-
Exactly. And he's our ally, and we
Karen,
can't
what's your
keep
passive
him from
perception?
doing.
I mean,
17.
he did.
Karen, roll me or Dat, roll me a stealth check.
Is that a fair point?
Okay. What am I doing?
Don't worry about it. Okay, carry on. Nobody notices.
What?
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Oh,
Is
no.
Katira here?
She has a 24, I'm pretty sure, but
And Dario,
I will check if it.
Silver,
Yes, Zankari.
how about this then? The purpose of the venture down there will be to either drive off or eradicate them. And then he turns toward that rat. If that rat is somehow able to gain command over them enough to fit, and he turns back toward Ondariel and Silver, your concerns, then he can have his little jamboree. If he is unable to control them to a degree in which you are comfortable, we will stick to the plan of extermination or removal.
That's what we just proposed.
I mean, it's fair enough. As I
John,
shrug
is that literally
to
not what we just
Andariel.
said we wanted to do?
I'm sure.
It's. I mean, it's very hard to It's very hard to control that rat, but hopefully things go well. Except for maybe the crazy loose on Curry, things have gone kind of well.
That rat, do you find that plan agreeable?
Very agreeable. Yes, yes.
All right. And if we do find something down there that warrants more concern than a simple infestation of rodents, no offense, that rat,
None taken.
we contact the governess about appropriate countermeasures or rewards for removing the threat from the city. Any objections?
Oh, let's see.
I'll take that. It's no objections.
Yeah, no.
Well, I'll take, well, as he said, I would take your all's continued silence as agreement.
Yeah.
Morgana, thumbs up.
Phyrexic leaps from the sky, pats on the head, flies away.
All right. So, with that, I think it's time to go ahead and wrap up this session. You all have gathered some base defenses, started looking at further jobs, and you have a clear direction forward. So, that's where we're
We
going to
level
pick up
up?
next week. No, that's where we're going to pick up next week. I will. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to
next week?
not next session,
Not next week.
not next week, but the week after. Next session, then we'll pick up then, and I look forward to seeing you all then. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.